everyone, welcome back to my channel. Into this video, I will be sharing my experience of giving birth here in the USA, including the costs involved. Just 3 months ago, I had my first baby, a healthy baby girl. However, when we received the bill in the mail, I was utterly shocked by the costs incurred during that delivery. So let's dive in and discuss the details of giving birth in the USA and the associated expenses. To begin, I'm originally from the state of Rhode Island and my practitioner is based at South County Center, which also has its own private hospital. The room provided during my stay was exceptional, equipped with its own TV and bathroom. It was spacious enough to accommodate all stages of labor, delivery, and even allowed my baby to stay with me in the same room. Additionally, the hospital provided complimentary meals for both myself and my partner, which was a great perk. I was admitted on May 11, 2023 at 4 p.m. for induction since I was already 40 weeks and 5 days pregnant with no signs of spontaneous labor despite being 3 cm dilated. The specific type of induction I underwent was a Foley bulb induction. This involved the insertion of a catheter-like device into my cervix, which was then filled with saline. The insertion process was quiet and comfortable, and the Foley bulb remained in place from 6:30 p.m. until 1 a.m., approximately 7 hours. During this time, I experienced pain similar to menstrual cramps as my cervix gradually dilated. Fortunately, I was very fortunate that the Foley bulb worked effective for me, and it fell out when I was already around 5 cm dilated. As a result, there was no need for additional interventions such as pitocin or medicated induction process. The excruciating pain intensified once the Foley bulb was removed, signaling the onset of active labor. I couldn't fathom the level of pain I was experiencing. The nurse attending to me offered some pain relief medication, but unfortunately, it didn't provide the desired relief. Instead, it left me feeling dizzy to the point where I didn't even want to open my eyes while enduring the tormenting pain. Around 2:30 a.m., I made a decision to request an epidural injection. An epidural involves the administration of a numbing medicine by inserting a needle and catheter into a lower part of a woman's back. Once the needle is removed, the catheter remains in place to deliver pain medication as needed throughout the labor. The attending nurse promptly contacted an anesthesiologist who arrived and administered the anesthesia around 3:30 a.m. After a few minutes of the epidural being administered, my lower body began to numb, and I could no longer feel the contractions. It was an immense relief. However, shortly after, I started to experience uncontrollable shaking. It felt as if I was cold, but the nurse reassured me that it was due to hormonal changes. It was a bizarre sensation. As much as I tried to relax, the shaking persisted. I endured the shakes for nearly an hour before finally finding some respite. Around 4 a.m., I began pushing with the assistance of one nurse and my husband. Since I couldn't feel the contractions, it was the nurse who guided me on when to push by monitoring the contractions on the monitor. It was quite a struggle for me, as I was unsure on how to push effectively. Thankfully, the nurse provided guidance, comparing it to pushing during a bowel movement. The struggle continued until around 6:30 a.m. when the nurse had to leave as her shift ended. However, the baby had not yet been born. At that moment, the midwife entered the room accompanied by 2 other nurses. Together, they all assisted me in pushing the baby. Finally, at approximately 7:30 a.m., the baby was successfully delivered. I received exceptional care throughout our stay at that hospital. A lactation nurse was present to assist the baby with her first latch and to monitor her feeding. They also necessary tests, and administer vaccines. Additionally, other nurses are available to help clean and assist you until your first postpartum bathroom visit. Fortunately, everything went well for the both of us. On the following day after lunch, we were discharged from the hospital. Technically, we only stayed there for 2 nights. It was a mixture of pain and beauty, as being a first-time mom at 33 years old brought about a rage of emotion. Okay, be right back as the baby is crying. Now, let's discuss the costs. On June 6, 2023, we received the hospital statement of account, and here is the breakdown. Here's the bill we received. So, the semi-private room, it cost $4,804. The pharmacy, $120 and $72. MS, I don't know what MS stands for. So supplies, sterile supply. Sterile supply. It's $152. The laboratory general is $536. The drug spec identity, $14 and $35. Self-administered drugs, $61.26. Labor room or delivery room, $5,436. Not sure why it's a different charge where we only have one room for the delivery and all. Anyway, and other general, I'm not sure what's this. It's $901. And the total is $12,025 and 33 cents. Wow, $12,035 and 33. If you convert it to peso, so let's say our currency now is $50. That's the list. $50. 50 peso in $1, you have to multiply it. So that's around 601,266 and 50 cents in Philippine pesos. More than 500,000 bill. Oh my God. So good thing that I am covered with my husband's insurance. The insurance paid $10,351.54, and the balance we need to pay is $1,673.79. Or if you multiply it to 50 or convert it to peso, it would be $83,689.50. So still, it's a huge amount of money. And guess what? I thought that was it, but on the next month, another bill came in. Another bill from the anesthesia associates or department. That was for that epidural that I had. And you know how much? Oh, not that much. Let me see the bill. There's another bill from the anesthesiologists, South County Anesthesia Associates. And the total charge incurred was $3,404. Wow. And if you convert it to peso, it's gonna be 170,200 pesos. Now the insurance paid $2,124 for that. And so the balance due is $61.44. So good thing, huh? So in overall, our total bill for that normal delivery came to $15,429.33, or 771,466.50 pesos, Philippine pesos. Unbelievable. Thanks to our insurance, we only had to pay $1,735.23, or 86,761 peso. The insurance coverage proved to be significant help in managing the expenses. One positive aspect of the hospitals here is that they offer flexible payment options. You have the choice to pay the bill in full, in lump sum, or in installments, online or by check. For those who are planning to give birth in the USA, I hope this information provides you with an idea of what to expect in terms of costs. Thank you so much for your attention, and please remember to like and subscribe. Bye-bye!